Hello everyone. Today I will show you 4 tips for making your own homemade soldering iron from old items and simple materials right at home. I'm going to show you an incredible transformation, taking this old rusty angle grinder, which many might consider junk, and giving it a completely new, powerful purpose as a DIY welding machine. Now, I'm plugging it into this power strip. I'll press the switch, and nothing, absolutely nothing happens. This confirms my suspicion. The internal components are likely faulty or severely degraded, making it unusable in its current form. Using a screwdriver, I'm carefully removing the screws from the back casing. We need to open it up to get to the electrical connections. With the screws out, I can gently pry open the casing to reveal the internal wiring and the power cord connection. Next, I'm disconnecting the power cord from the switch mechanism. I'm proceeding to unscrew the front of the grinder to separate the motor housing from the gearbox. This allows me to remove the internal rotor and stator coils, which are the heart of the motor. Leave a comment and let me know which country you are watching from. It's great that we can connect and chat from all over the world. With the screws removed, I can now carefully extract the rotor from its casing. You can see the copper windings that are crucial for creating the magnetic field. I'm taking this PVC pipe. I've measured it to fit perfectly around the stator coil. I'm marking it so I can cut it to the correct length, and then I'll drill small holes around it. I'm using a cleaning spray and a cloth to remove any accumulated grime and rust. A clean coil ensures optimal electrical conductivity and efficient operation for our DIY welding setup. Now for a critical step. I'm winding this red wire around the PVC-covered stator coil. This will serve as our primary winding. I'm making sure it's tight and evenly spaced for maximum efficiency. I've finished winding the red wire. Now, I'm connecting the 2 ends of this primary coil to the extension connector. I'm stripping the wire and twisting them together securely to ensure a strong electrical connection that won't easily come apart during use. This forms a continuous electrical circuit. I'm wrapping the twisted red wires with electrical tape. This is extremely important to insulate the connections, prevent short circuits, and protect against electrical shocks. Next, I will connect the white wire to the copper wire of the stator coil. I strip the insulation from the wire ends and carefully secure them. This creates the necessary induction for the soldering process, converting the input voltage into a high output current. Similarly, I will connect the red and white extension wires to the other side of the stator. If you find this video interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any interesting ideas coming soon. Now, I'm carefully threading the newly wound stator coil through. I'm reattaching the parts inside the angle grinder. I'm stripping the ends of the power cord wires again and attaching them to an electrical plug. This will be the input for our welding transformer, allowing us to plug it into a standard power outlet safely and efficiently. With the white wire, I will attach a grounding clamp to complete my homemade soldering iron. I've placed the metal plate, which will be our work surface, and connected the ground clip securely to it. I'm connecting our transformed angle grinder to a power strip. The welding rod is in the holder. Look at this. From a useless old grinder, we now have a powerful welding machine. Watch closely as I touch the welding rod to the metal plate. See those bright sparks and the immediate melting? That's the concentrated electrical energy doing its work. Our DIY welder is truly effective at fusing metal. Try it one more time on these two pieces of iron. The sparks fly and the metal joins. This homemade welding machine is incredibly powerful and reliable, showing that expensive tools aren't always necessary for impressive results. It's all about understanding the principles and applying them creatively. Look at these results. The metal pieces are securely fused together with strong, clean welds. Who would have thought an old angle grinder could be transformed into something so practical and powerful? Our incredible multifunctional tool, made from a simple, discarded angle grinder. This DIY project proves that with a little creativity and effort, you can turn overlooked items into amazing, useful devices. Moving on to the second welding tip, I'm preparing a battery and spark plug to build the welding machine. I'm grabbing a standard AA battery. Using a pair of pliers, I'll gently peel back the outer metal casing. We need to carefully extract the graphite rod from inside, which will be the core of our new tool. To clean the carbon fiber bar, I would spray cleaner on it and wipe it clean with a paper towel. Now, I'll secure one end of the graphite rod into my electric drill. This setup allows me to precisely sharpen the tip using sandpaper. A sharp point is essential as it concentrates the electrical current, enabling precise welding and melting actions. For the electrical connections, I'm disassembling a standard terminal block. I'll use a screwdriver to carefully remove the small brass connectors and screws. These components will provide the perfect secure and conductive points for our graphite rod, ensuring reliable power transfer. I'm securing the carbon bar to the brass connector block and tightening it. I'll now introduce a spark plug and a piece of PVC pipe, which will act as our tool's handle. I'll mark a spot on the pipe and then drill a hole, making sure it's just the right size for the spark plug to fit snugly. After refining the hole with a utility knife, I'll press the spark plug into place, creating a sturdy base for our heating element. Taking a red electrical wire, I'll strip a small section from one end and carefully twist it around the top terminal of the spark plug. This ensures a strong, reliable electrical connection. I'm installing the spark plug into the drilled hole in the PVC pipe and securing it firmly with pliers. Next, I will attach the brass connector block with the carbon rod to the spark plug tip and tighten the screw. I'm preparing a shorter red wire. I'm stripping the outer insulation and securing it to the brass connector, twisting the copper wire tightly. At the other end of the red wire, I'll strip the insulation and attach it to the threaded part of the spark plug. For the other end of the red wire, I'm stripping the insulation and attaching an alligator clip. This alligator clip makes it easy to connect to the power source. I'm preparing blue electrical wire and attaching 2 blue alligator clips to each end. These clips will provide easy and secure connections to our power source. I'm crimping them tightly with pliers to ensure reliable contact. Our power source will be this Makita drill battery. I'll first connect the red alligator clip from our tool to the positive terminal of the battery and the blue clip to the negative terminal. Our circuit is now live. I'm placing 2 razor blades on a small piece of wood. When I touched the carbon tip of my homemade soldering iron to the razor blade, look at that. The soldering iron tip glowed instantly, and the razor blades began to heat up and even melt, helping the two razor blades stick together. This little device packs a serious punch, effortlessly cutting through the metal. Now, let's try something different. Next, I will attach the remaining alligator clip directly to the exposed copper section. I touch the soldering iron to the copper wire. You can see how the copper inside heats up and melts, helping the wires to stick together quickly, demonstrating the immense strength it creates. This shows how much heat this simple setup can generate. And finally, the last test, I'll experiment on this metal cup with a broken handle. With a heated carbon rod, let's see how easily I can melt the metal, weld, and reattach the handle to the cup securely. This is truly impressive for a tool made from recycled materials. Our amazing multi-tool, made from a few simple everyday items, is capable of connecting wires and even welding metal. This homemade device proves that with a little creativity and ingenuity, you can achieve amazing things. Moving on to the third welding tip, I'll use a few keys to build a homemade welding machine. I'm starting with these two keys on a keyring. I'm going to carefully disassemble them, removing the split ring and separating the keys. Next, I'll take a long metal bolt and a couple of nuts. This will form the base for our tool. I'm securing a regular bolt in a vise. This stability is crucial because I'll be using an angle grinder to meticulously cut one end. I'm securing the newly cut metal bar between the two keys. Now, I take a thin piece of copper wire and carefully wrap it around the two keys to secure the metal bar firmly. I'll make sure to hold them tightly with pliers. This coil of copper wire will act as a resistor, generating heat when current flows through it. Now, I take a round piece of wood and drill a pilot hole in one end. This hole will be where I secure the soldering iron with a key. I fix the homemade soldering iron inside the round piece of wood with super glue to ensure it stays firmly in place and doesn't wobble during use. I'm disassembling a plastic terminal block, extracting the small brass screws. These screws will serve as connection points for our copper wire. I'm attaching the brass connector block to the metal keyway and tightening the screw. I'm taking a standard AA battery. What we need is the carbon rod inside. This will be one of the heating elements due to its electrical conductivity. I'm preparing the battery as before to make a soldering iron. Next, I will attach the sharpened carbon rod to the brass connector. This forms the electrical contact for our makeshift soldering iron tip. Now, I'm stripping one end of the red wire and securely connecting it to the homemade soldering iron. This is the positive wire, ensuring a good electrical connection to the heating element. To keep things safe and tidy, I'm wrapping all the connected wires with red electrical tape. This insulates the connections and provides a more comfortable grip. I'm stripping the other end of the red wire and attaching a metal washer to it. This washer will be used as one of the connection points to our power source. I'm connecting the washer from our red wire to the positive terminal of this Makita drill battery pack, and the washer from the blue wire to the negative terminal. This completes our circuit, providing the power for our tool. To demonstrate its versatility, I'm setting up a small AA battery on a block of wood. Now, with my newly made soldering iron, I can easily solder the metal strip to the AA battery, demonstrating its strength and precision. The concentrated heat makes quick work of these materials, proving its effectiveness as a spot welder. It instantly melts and adheres the metal piece to the AA battery, perfect for small electronics projects. And now for the ultimate test. 2 razor blades. I'm touching the glowing carbon rod to the razor blade, and you can see it instantly melts through the metal with ease. This tiny, homemade device is incredibly powerful and versatile. An incredible multifunctional tool made from repurposed and simple items. This DIY device proves that with a little creativity and basic components, you can achieve amazing things. Moving on to the final tip, I'm going to turn a broken nail gun into a powerful welding machine. Let's follow along. If you have any comments, please leave them below. If you find the video interesting, please give me a like. Don't forget to share it with your family and friends. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your support. Bye. See you in the next video.